When you think of the Roman Colosseum, you might picture two brave warriors clashing in a fierce battle, cheered on by tens of thousands of roaring spectators. But if you believe it was a fair fight, chances are you've been fooled by Hollywood. Beneath the dazzling robes and the glow of historical grandeur, the Colosseum was a place where justice was flipped on its head, where human lives were nothing more than pawns, used to feed power and spectacle. In this video, we'll follow the trail of blood and the clash of steel to uncover the most brutal, absurd, and lopsided matches ever staged, and explore why an entire civilization celebrated such cruelty as if it were a festival. The Romans didn't go to the arena just for entertainment. They went to feel that order was being maintained. Bloody, yes, but effective. When a blindfolded prisoner, hands bound behind his back, was pushed into the arena to face a trained gladiator, it wasn't a game. It was a message. Power defines the rules. Emperors, especially Commodus, understood this well. He didn't need declarations or speeches. Every match he staged was a political performance, where the lives of the powerless were sacrificed to affirm absolute authority. And strangely enough, with every drop of blood spilled, the cheers grew louder, as if the crowd, in their silence, was agreeing, as if that brutal, twisted order was somehow what kept the Roman Empire standing. You think the Colosseum was just a place where two men fought with swords? Think again. Sometimes it transformed into a massive water arena capable of staging entire mock naval battles. The Romans engineered the Colosseum with an elaborate system of underground canals, allowing them to flood the arena floor, like a giant toilet, but built for war. Spectators would watch miniature warships collide, soldiers fall into the water, all for the sake of an afternoon's entertainment. They didn't just crave death, they demanded spectacle. Lions, starved for days in complete darkness to make them feral with rage. Artificial forests were constructed in the heart of the arena, just to recreate a royal hunt. The bloodshed was scripted, the deaths were directed. And the audience? They were watching a live-action movie, starring real human lives. Out of the thousands who entered the arena, only a rare few were true gladiators, trained, skilled, even admired. The rest? Prisoners, slaves, criminals, and sometimes innocent people. They were dressed up, cast in the role of the villain, so their deaths would seem more justified to the crowd. Some had their hands tied, no weapons, left to stand helplessly as a starving lion tore them apart, to the sound of applause. That wasn't combat. It was an execution, cleverly disguised as entertainment. One lion was reported to have killed over 200 people before being slain by Commodus himself, the emperor, who was then cheered like a divine hero. Even animals weren't spared. They were humiliated, dressed up like clowns, fitted with masks, or stuffed to appear funnier before being slaughtered. As if death alone wasn't cruel enough, it had to be made amusing. Today, as we stand among the ruins of the Colosseum, it's not the ancient bloodstains that send chills down our spine, but the applause that still echoes in our modern society. The ancient Romans cheered for killings disguised as entertainment. But what about us? We have game shows, live streams, and social media, arenas where people are mocked, shamed, and sacrificed for the crowd's amusement. No blood required, just pain. No swords needed, just cruel words. The Colosseum never truly fell. It simply changed form. Every time drama is celebrated, every time someone's suffering becomes a spectacle for the masses. And that's when we should ask ourselves, who's watching? Who's being judged? And where do we stand in that picture? Curiosity isn't taxed, but kindness sometimes comes at a cost. The greatest lesson from those brutal matches wasn't in the blood spilled, but in the kind of entertainment we choose. With humanity, or without it. So, what do you think? If you had to pick one fight from this video as the most brutal, the most absurd, Which one would it be and why? Now imagine this. You're a Roman citizen, sitting among the roaring crowd in the Colosseum. Would you stand up and speak out against the bloodshed disguised as entertainment? Or would you clap along just like everyone else? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. And if you found this topic worth pondering, don't forget to like and subscribe. There's so much more history to dig into together.